Good evening, students. After a long time, I'm on my channel because some requests were coming down, like for completing the some of the notes, some of the syllabus. I'm very sorry. After a long time, I'm here because I was a bit busy with my own university where I teach as an assistant professor. So hence I was unable to make up time for the channel. Anyways, let's start with our chapter 3 part of the Withering Heights. So as I told before, from the chapter 1 and chapter 2 analysis, rather summary, that Lockwood was a character whom none of the people, none of the member of that family, Heathcliff family, used to like. But he was a person like if nobody likes him also, he will get into it. Okay. Now, if after chapter 2, I think you all have gone through the previous video. Hence, I'm starting chapter 3 with that link that Gila leads Lockwood to the bedroom upstairs because Lockwood already came into their house, where, as I said, nobody was liking it. But at least when a guest is arriving in your house, you need to take care of your guest. So with that professionalism or with that minimum courtesy, Gila led Lockwood to the bedroom. Obviously the room was located in the upstairs, which is generally not used, okay, by the family members. It is leftover room as a guest room. She urges caution as Heathcliff allows no one to sleep in it, because Heathcliff never liked कि कोई उस कमरे में जाके सोए. But at least there is no more option as Lockwood has already arrived. He need a place to at least spend the night. Okay, either that's his choice, either by just sitting all the night alone or by just having a proper sleep. But at least a guest who is staying in your home at night, you need to offer a bed. Hence he settled down for the night in a bed situated beside a window and within a paneled cupboard. While placing the candle on the window ledge, like just the edge of the window, he notices the names of Catherine Earnshaw, Catherine Heathcliff, and Catherine Linton was scratched on the pen. That means someone has written. It's not proper written script, like someone had scratched on the pen, window pen, to write their name. So someone has done it and their names were visible. He looks through the books lying on the window ledge and finds a diary written in a childish hand. The diary of Catherine Earnshaw, written 25 years previously. मतलब 25 years पहले वो वाला जो डायरी मिला है लॉकवुड को, he has seen कि बहुत childish handwriting में लिखा हुआ है, because it is a old diary written by Catherine Earnshaw. He falls into an uneasy sleep. ये सब देखते देखते he went to sleep. अचानक से midnight में, रात के बीच में, when he was sleeping, after having that diary and gone through that diary and whatever it is, suddenly उनको नींद टूट गया. His sleep got haunted. By what? By a series of nightmares. He sees himself having a trying experience with Joseph. He is dreaming. Okay, it's actually not happening. He is dreaming. A Joseph, एक preacher थे, names James Branderham, and the number 70 times 7, मतलब 77. He finally sees himself unable to open the window to reach the branch of a tree outside. That means he was noticing that preacher on the tree. तो ये सुन के ही समझ में आ रहा है कि he was actually dreaming. In reality, it was not happening in that room. He was already in the bedroom. He breaks the pane and finds his finger gripped by the icy finger of Catherine, whose childish face peeps through the window. Terrified and unable to free his hand, he drags the ghostly child wrist. That time, if a person is dreaming, so he will consider anything he touches as ghost. तो वो भी सोचे कि कोई घोस्ट आए हैं. Terrified and unable to free his hand, he drags the ghostly child wrist across the broken pane until the blood runs and soaks the bedclothes. मतलब वो इतना जोर से हाथ खींचे है कि there has been a cut on the hand and blood was oozing out. He snatches his hand inside, but the ghost does not disappear, and driven to a frenzy by her moaning, क्योंकि दर्द में he started moaning and begging to come in, he screams aloud. जब थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा दर्द महसूस हुआ, he screamed. पर जो भी यहाँ पे सिनेरियो हो रहा है, actually he is dreaming. In reality, it is not happening. This brings Heathcliff on the scene in a state of great agitation, muttering at last. ये वो दो शब्द बताया जो he was actually murmuring. At last, ये दो शब्द he said. He is upset to find his guest in the oak closet. Lockwood has had enough of the strange experience in the haunted chamber. ये जो bedroom था, no one used to use that bedroom, okay? When someone is not using it, we generally say it like a house. For example, there is a house, no one lives there for many couple of time, and no one uses. There is no person living, there is no living being also, so it turns out to be a haunted place for us. So Lockwood also felt that room as a haunted chamber. He describes his nightmare to Heathcliff and dresses as quickly as possible, and वो कमरा वो छोड़ के निकल गए. As he looks back at Heathcliff, the scene is almost as fearful as his nightmare. Heathcliff is in a passion of tears, and wrenching open the window, he cries out to the ghostly child, "Cathy, do come, oh do once more." That means the thing which he was dreaming was also somehow feeling like happening. Now, next morning, Lockwood returns to the Grange safely, escorted by Heathcliff. After having spent the rest of the night in the back kitchen, डर के मारे बेडरूम छोड़ के तो निकल आया, तो बाकी रात कहाँ घूमेगा? तो he was in the back kitchen. The members of the household have been as hostile to him. मैं पहले भी बोली in chapter 1 and 2 कि लॉकवुड को कोई पसंद नहीं करते थे. तो as no one used to like him, all were very rigid and stubborn towards him. So वही किया, and to one another as they had been the previous evening. पिछले शाम को भी जैसे बिहेव कर रहे थे, ये रात को भी वैसे ही बिहेव कर रहा है. मतलब नेक्स्ट मॉर्निंग को भी वैसा ही वही बिहेवियर रख दिया. They are still very angry on him, still very agitated on him, still very feeling like very disgusted to see his face. Same. Now, how could we analyze this? This is an important chapter as the events described here are seminal to the whole book. What do you understand by the word seminal? It is one of the important part of the whole novel. Lockwood's nightmare raises a dead Catherine Archer, whom we have not yet met in flesh. ऐसा लग रहा है कैथरीन आर्शा इज़ अ डेड बॉडी एंड घोस्ट आ रहा है, नाइटमेयर हो रहा है लॉकवुड को, क्योंकि अभी तक नॉवेल जस्ट शुरू ही हुआ है. वी स्टिल डिडंट मेट कैथरीन आर्शा फिजिकली. इट इज़ नॉट क्लियर हाउएवर वेदर दिस इंसिडेंट्स आर रियल और इमेजिनरी. जैसे मैं बोली, पार्ट ऑफ द नाइटमेयर. जनरली जैसे वो डिस्क्राइब कर रहा था नॉवेल में, तो लग तो रहा था कि ही वॉज ड्रीमिंग. कैथरीन आर्शा's डायरी प्रेजेंट्स अ कम्प्लीटली डिफरेंट पर्सपेक्टिव ऑफ हेथक्लिफ. तो कैथरीन ने हेथक्लिफ के बारे में और कुछ अलग तरीके से लिख के गए हैं. देयर इज ऑलवेज टू साइड ऑफ द कॉइन. तो वी आर थिंकिंग अबाउट वन साइड ऑफ द कॉइन. नाउ Heathcliff has written in his book the other side of the coin. The diary sympathetically presents the boy Heathcliff beaten, bullied, ill-treated. मतलब he was ignored, he was kept isolated. The method of multiple narration is here introduced. Within Lockwood's narrative, Emily Bronte has introduced the narration from Catherine's diary. लॉकवुड हम लोगों को बोल रहे हैं कि ब्रॉन्टी ने ही इंट्रोड्यूस कराए है. कैथरीन्स के डायरी का जो इंट्रोडक्शन पार्ट है वो एमिली ब्रॉन्टी ने इंट्रोड्यूस्ड किया है एक नरेशन देके. द विंडो इन कैथरीन्स बेडरूम एट विदरिंग हाइट्स इज ऑल्सो वेरी सिग्निफिकेंट. यहाँ पे विंडो भी बहुत सिग्निफिकेंट रोल प्ले करते हैं, क्योंकि ये जो नाइटमेयर का सीन है यहाँ पे विंडो प्लेड अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट रोल. एज मच ऑफ द एक्शन ऑफ द बुक takes place there. Please students, if any confusion, do comment me. If you like it, please press the like button and please do subscribe. I will continue, I promise I'll continue the chapters further. There are 34 chapters in this whole novel, so I'll try to complete it as soon as possible before the December exam. But please do subscribe my channel, and because it will give me an encouragement that I continue to teach you all. And thank you for today. I'll continue with the chapter 4 in my next video.